Hello, how are you? I'm Dominic. I'm your certified health coach with Take Shape for Life. And first off, I just want to congratulate you on taking the first step towards your optimal health. I mean, it's truly huge. And I know it's exciting all at the same time. And I just wanted to say, you know what, we're in this together. And I want to make sure that you have the best experience possible. So let's get started. By now, you've probably received a box in the mail with all of your food. And you probably opened it up and said, oh my gosh, super exciting, but what do I do? This is crazy. This is overwhelming. Well, you know what? Have no fear. I'm here to help answer any question that you guys might have. So I, throughout the last couple of days, we've been sending you a lot of emails, and there was one that we sent you. It's called the order shipped email. Now that email came with 2 attachments. So if you can have those 2 attachments ready, one's called the Day 1 Prep Conversation Guide. The other one's called the Vegetable Conversion Chart. And if you can also have inside the box, there was a pamphlet, about a 15-page pamphlet. It's called a Quick Start Guide. Have that one ready. And if for whatever reason, I'll just say right now, this thing works like a science. If we no longer communicated, but you have the Day 1 Prep Guide, the Vegetable Conversion Chart, and your Quick Start Guide, you're going to do amazing. This is science. And if you follow it to a T, you're going to do excellent. So the closer you follow the program, the better results you have. The more you veer, the less results you have. But what's great is it's in your power, it's in your control, it's in your grasp. And I know you've probably seen by now a lot of people and a lot of different stories that this has worked for. And let me tell you, they're no better than you. You definitely can do this. And I'm super excited for you. So with that being said, let's find out what we do. So Day 1, you're going to start in the morning. Let's take a look at the Day 1 Prep Guide. So I'm going to share my screen with you so you can kind of see it, and we'll go over it. All right, the Day 1 conversation/prep. So the first day, what you're going to do, you're going to want to wake up, go to the restroom, and you're going to want to weigh yourself. Okay, this is going to be your true weight. This is going to be your starting weight, and you're going to want to text that number over to me. It doesn't get shared with anybody. It's just so we have a reference point of where you started. And don't fear, this is going to be the last time that you see that number. So I'm super excited for you. We're going to want to weigh ourselves once that week, that very first time. We don't want to weigh ourselves every single day because you're going to fluctuate up and down, up and down, up and down, depending on the time of the day or whatnot. And this is psychological. It can kind of mess with you. So we ask you to stay away from the scale, weigh yourself once, and just weigh yourself once a week on your weigh-in day. Now, this is a habit that you're going to want to pick up because as we go through this program and after you transition off of our program, weighing yourself once a week is good habit to keep because you'll know where you're at and if you need to reel it back in or whatnot, because we're going to transition you off into regular food and you're going to be out in the real world. And if you forget about weighing yourself, all of a sudden the pounds could catch up. So we want to make sure that it becomes a habit for you. Okay, so you wake up, you weigh yourself, you send me that information, and every morning after you wake up, you're going to want to take your enzyme pills, and you're going to want to drink your enzyme pills. They come in the purple box that are in there, little packets. You're going to want to drink those with between 8 and 16 ounces of water first thing in the morning, right when you wake up. This helps you get a jump start on the 100 ounces of water that we're going to ask you to drink, but these pills are super important because they help with digestion. They help avoid constipation. So make sure that you're taking them daily. It's pretty important. Now, within the first 30 minutes to an hour of waking up, we're going to start eating right away. So when you're looking at all those boxes, don't fear because all of those boxes of shakes and bars and soups and muffin pancakes, whatever it is that you may have, they're all interchangeable. So the only one that you can have once a day comes in the bright green box. It's the caramel nut maintenance bars. The reason you can only have them once per day, those particular ones, is because they're higher in calories, okay? So those ones are about 170 calories, the rest are about 110. So every item is interchangeable in there. So we want to eat our first one within the first 30 minutes to an hour of waking up. This is going to get our metabolism kick-started, ready to go, revved up, and start right from the moment that we wake up, okay? Super important. You don't want to wait 2 hours. You don't want to wait 3 hours. You want to go within the first 30 minutes to an hour and have that first meal. Once you take your first bite, you're going to want to start timers. For every 2 to 3 hours, you want to have your meals, okay? starting from that first bite. So say you woke up 7:30, had your first meal replacement at 8 o'clock. You're going to want to start a timer every 2 to 3 hours after that, and you're going to want to stay within those windows. Even if you're not hungry, you want to stay within those windows. And even if you're super hungry, you're going to want to stay within the 2 to 3 hour window. Okay. If you get super hungry, drink some water, get busy, it'll go away. Once you hit the 2 hour mark, feel free and eat. But every 2 to 3 hours, what I did was I took my iPhone and I set 6 alarms for every 2 to 3 hours. So as the alarms went off, boom, I had my food with me because I carried a bag of 5 to 6 meal replacements per day, had it with me, boom. I just reached in the bag, grabbed one every 2 to 3 hours when the alarm went off and just ate it. Just got into a routine, just started getting that habit going. Every 2 to 3 hours, boom, boom, boom. And people are concerned because some of them say, oh, they're small. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. We've had guys that are 6'5" and women that are 4'11", and they all eat the same amount. So as long as you stay with it and drink water, you're going to get a feeling of fullness. Drink water. Water is super important. Our goal is to hit 100 ounces of water per day or 3 liters. Okay. Water has many, many benefits, but so just make sure that you're getting it in. We can go over the benefits all day of what water can do for you, from your skin to weight loss to cleaning out your body of toxins. It has so many different functions and it's super good for you. So you can have your water warm, cold, it doesn't really matter. We just want you to get in 100 ounces a day. That's the target. That's what we go for. So the program, it's called the 5-in-1 program, right? So 5 meal replacements, 1 lean and green. The lean and green is the meal that you're going to have to prepare on your own. That consists of a healthy protein, possibly a healthy fat, and 3 servings of vegetables, okay? So here's a couple examples of sample days. So the day on the left, if you can see it here, it shows the person waking up at 7:30 in the morning, that you could just, tailor the time to whenever you wake up, and it shows them step by step, time by time, what to do, when to eat, and this is showing every 3 hours having their meals. Okay, so its 5th meal replacement happens about 11 o'clock, and the lean and green is right here, right around dinner time, about 5 o'clock. The example day on the right is if you were to split your lean and green. Some people like to split their lean and green because they're hungrier at certain parts of the days, and others because they can't eat the full meal at one time because they're not that hungry, so they split it up, okay? So if you look, though, if you split up the lean and green, if you look at 12 o'clock right here, you have half your lean and green with a meal replacement. And if you look at 5 o'clock here, you eat the remainder of the lean and green by itself, okay? So you're going to want to follow these schedules, tailor it to your own schedule, but you're going to want to eat in those windows every 2 to 3 hours. That keeps your blood sugar balanced and level throughout the day because we don't want any spikes. If you go before the 2 hour window, then you're going to spike it. If you go 4 hours, 5 hours between meals, you're going to spike it. We want to keep it level. The more level that we can keep it, the pounds will just naturally start to fall off. It's amazing how it works. So if you look at these schedules and you say, well, what if I'm going to go out and I'm going to go to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning? Well, if you look in red right here, it says if you're awake at 11 p.m., you're going to want to eat your 6th meal replacement. So you're basically going to eat every 2 to 3 hours as long as you're awake. Say you're up 24 hours, you're going to continue to eat meal replacements. And in your second day that you're up, you're probably going to have another lean and green. So you're just going to continue to keep eating. Down here, you're going to see a couple examples of lean and greens. So if you have your quick start guide with you, on page 3 and 4, it starts to break it down on what examples of healthy proteins are. And it breaks them into the leanest category, the leaner category, and there's another category that's lean. So the leanest category, you're allowed 7 ounces after cooked of those healthy proteins. The leaner category, you're allowed 6 ounces after cooked of the healthy proteins. And the lean category, you're allowed 5. Okay. So also in the quick start guide, you're going to see healthy fats. You're allowed 2 when you're eating from the leanest category. You're allowed 1 when you eat from the leaner, and you're not allowed any when you're eating from the lean category It's because they're higher in fat content. There's already enough fat in those healthy proteins that you're eating, okay, when you're eating from the lean category. So here's just a couple sample examples of meals, okay? This one has tilapia after it's cooked, 7 ounces after it's cooked, and it's seasoned with lemon, garlic, and pepper. Those are 3 condiments that are allowed, and you're allowed up to 3 optional condiments per day. If you look here, it has 1.5 ounces of avocado. Now, with with 1 tablespoon of olive oil. These are considered the 2 healthy fats. Now, the healthy fats, I believe they're on page 6 of the Quick Start Guide. Go ahead and write in 1.5 ounces of avocado. That counts as one healthy fat for you, okay? If you look in this category over here to the right, where it's under the leaner meal, it has 2 tablespoons of low-carb dressing. That's considered 1 healthy fat. And if you look down at the servings of vegetables, if you look, it's lettuce, cucumbers, and tomatoes. Sounds like a salad, right? So that's chicken breast with a salad on the side. Over here, this is just a straight asparagus, cauliflower, and broccoli. It's just straight vegetables with tilapia. So you can get creative, mix and match or whatnot, and have fun with these recipes. On the Healthy Habits site that we've probably introduced you to already on Facebook, go through the files section. There's a lot of recipes on there. Also, just kind of, be a fly on the wall in there and see some of the recipes people post and some of the stories that they say. It's super motivational and it gives you some more ideas about how to mix up the food. But if you want to keep it simple, you can follow this and just stick to this and you'll do fine, okay? Now, we had asked that you buy a food scale, and that's how you're going to get what these ounces are of the food after it's cooked. You're going to want to weigh your foods. You're going to want to weigh your proteins. You're going to want to weigh your vegetables. Now, on page 3 and 4, page 4 and 5, excuse me, of the Quick Start Guide, it has the carbohydrates. It has what categories that they fall into. So there's high carbohydrate, moderate, and low carbohydrates. Those are the 3. And a half a cup is considered a serving of, so we want 3 servings per day. Now the weights, guys, where do I get the weights from? Well, they're in the vegetable conversion chart that we had sent you. So this is what the vegetable conversion chart looks like. It has green, yellow, and red categories. The green are the low carbohydrates. The yellow is the moderate, and the red is the high carbohydrates. Now, you go through there on the far right, it has the ounces that you can have depending on the type of vegetable that you have. So super important that you weigh that out. We printed this out and we kept this one right in our kitchen, right where we cooked. So I want you to make sure that you take a look at that while you're creating your meals, okay? I'm gonna close that one out, go back to here, and we're gonna look at how they broke it down. These were the ounces that we got right off of the vegetable conversion chart, okay? So also you're gonna wanna pay attention to no carrots, corn, peas, onions, edamame, Brussels sprouts. Though healthy for you, those vegetables are higher in carbohydrate content and sugar content, so they're just not conducive to weight loss. So you're gonna wanna steer clear of those, okay? So last but not least, it's important to drink your water, get 100 ounces in. If at any time you're craving something or you're not feeling full enough, drink some water. Drink some water and get busy. And make sure that you're using that food scale to measure your foods, okay? So I'm super excited for you. That was just a little breakdown of hopefully explained a little bit on how to do the program, what your day should look like. If you have any questions, have them ready because we're going to still talk. We're going to chat before we get started on your first day just to make sure that you know that you have the support, you're in this to win it, and know that you can do it. You've probably seen a lot of stories and pictures, success stories of these people that are doing it. Let me tell you, they're no different than you are. They've been where you're at. They made the decision and they went and they did it. And you can do it too. I'm super excited for you. Super happy that you've taken this first step. And I just want you to know that I'm in it with you. Whatever it is that you need, let me know. Text me, call me, and I'm looking forward to doing this with you. Thank you. Super excited. And let's do this together. You can do this. You got this.